How are you doing, Go family? I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone is safe, and I hope everyone is trading safe as usual. So, I thought I'd just do a quick little trade breakdown, but basically try and piece a few of the recent videos together in terms of, so speaking about counter trend, what we need to see, or the things that I personally would like to see, and speaking about POI selection, and in particular the Inside Bar POI video that I did, right? So, before the breakdown, just a quick little lesson, I guess. So when price breaks structure as such, what we're expecting in terms of expectation order flow, we want to see a pullback. Yeah. Now price can keep going higher and higher and higher and higher, right? So we can't just be like, okay, price is broken structure, let's look to sell. Yeah. Or let's look to sell straight away. We want to wait for price to develop and for price to show us signs of slowing down and signs of potential pullback. And one way in which we can do that is by waiting for a change of character. Yeah, essentially a fractal break here. Once you see a change of character, you can wait for this fractal pullback before the continuation. Yeah, and for this example, where let's talk about where we can target. So when price breaks structure and it pulls back, what we ideally want to see is for price to pull back into the 50% of the range. Yeah. Now, price can come down into the extreme. It could come down into the extreme. It could tap the 50% and go, or it could not even. It doesn't even need to come down to 50%. Yeah. But generally speaking, we want to see price come back down into this EQ level. Yeah. So that's the region where we can look to target. So guys, this trade here was on the 28th of November. And as you can see, the breakdown of my thought process, why I took the trade, so on and so forth, is given out to the Discord community. So let's have a look at this. I'm just going to zoom out just so I can give you guys an idea of what I was looking at on the M15. So as far as I was concerned, what happened here is we had this range which we were playing within. Yeah, so this was my high which put in this low, right, which broke structure here to the left and put in this low. Now, my EOF at that point is to see pullback, which we got, and then see a continuation, which we didn't get. Yeah. So at that point, what price ended up doing is we ended up breaking structure to the upside. Yeah, which is completely fine. Yeah, and this is why I will say we just need to adapt and flow the market. Right, the market is always correct. Yeah. One thing I should say here is what I'm going to be speaking about here. If you guys jump up to the H4, you'll see where we reacted from, right? It's a H4 POI that we're basically getting this reaction from, yeah? So, like I mentioned, we got this breaking market structure. So in my mind, I'm thinking, right, EOF points south, i.e. to see that pullback. However, price needs to show me signs before I can get involved, yeah? Because price, for all I know, it can keep going up, yeah? Just because it breaks structure, I'm not trying to, just get into sell straight away just because it broke structure. I need to see clear signs for price to tell me, right, potentially price is slowing down, potentially this pullback is likely going to happen, right? And basically just play my trading plan at that point. So one of the things that I look for is change character. And what we see here is a change character, right? So when I've seen that change character, I'm like, okay, we've seen that breaking market structure. We've reacted from a H4 POI, which is a high value region, right? And we also got this, and this is something you guys should take note of. It's this aggressive interaction, right, from that H4 POI. I'm just not going to scroll to the left. If you guys want to do your studying, by all means, look at the H4 POI that we're reacting from. We got this aggressive reaction from there, yeah? So it's all adding up now. Yeah. Now, so when I see that, I'm like, cool, we're gonna play that pullback. Now it's a case of understanding my POIs. Yeah. So if I jump down to the M5, and this is, I've done a video on this. Yeah. It's regarding Inside Bar POIs. And this is the region, I'll highlight it, this is the inside bar. Yeah, and this is exactly where price comes back into and just absolutely melts. Yeah, so these POIs, like I mentioned, guys, it's very, very powerful. Yeah, as long as it's used in a systematic manner, right? It plays out pretty good as far as I'm concerned, right? So this is the region that I was looking at. Now let's go down to the M1 and see how we managed to gain. So guys, from an M1 standpoint, what can we see? From in its most basic format, it's an impulse, it's a correction, and an impulse. Yeah, this correction, so this is where we need to build our confidences, right? So we picked up POI, right? We picked up POI. Yeah, and we understand M1 has now shifted structure. Yeah, we can also understand and see the clear liquidity that's being generated. The clear liquidity that's been generated in order to target. Yeah, and then from here you can take whatever entry model that you guys use, which is completely fine. I don't want to go too much into detail about entry models here, but essentially it's about building the picture. So you've got your POI that you want price to get into, right? That from where you're looking to trade away from. Yeah, you're looking to build confluences, i.e., there's liquidity being built, there's liquidity to target, right? Remember, you want to target calls. Yeah, and just understanding it's an impulse, correction, impulse. Yeah, and then from a higher time frame standpoint, we've seen that breaking market structure without expectation order flow now being to see a pullback. We've seen the signs from a higher time frame in order to get into these plays using the lower time frame. Yeah, and from here, once price gets into our POI, just understand we've seen that exact same thing, that change character, and you can look to get in anywhere. I've just literally have this region marked out. Don't want to go too nitty gritty. Literally anywhere within this region, right, with stop loss above. Yeah. Now in terms of targets, I'll just jump up to there. But essentially, your swing range. Remember your high time frame swing range was from here. We've seen that breaking market structure. Yeah. So just understanding that we want to see price pull back to at least 50%. You could have had your targets to the 50%. Yeah, which would have led to just over 15R in terms of risk reward. Now, you can have 1 to 3, 1 to 5, 1 to 10, whatever it is. Yeah, that's up to you guys. But in terms of this particular video and what we look at from a expectation order flow standpoint, we want to see that pull back down to that 50% at least, down to that EQ of that swing range. So guys, that's it for me today. Let's do a quick little recap. Before the recap, by the way, if you're enjoying the content on this page, give it a like, give it a share. And if you've not already done so, hit that subscribe button. So, first things first, what is market structure saying? What is market structure saying relative to EOF? Right? Is it a continuation? Is it a pro-trend continuation? Or is it a counter-trend trade like the one we just looked at today? I.e., did we break market structure? And then asking yourself on having the patience to wait for price to tell you or show you that potentially we're going to see that pullback now. Yeah. Then POI selection. What is your criteria for selecting POIs? Is it inside bars? Is it a region whereby you've seen a sweep of liquidity, you've seen imbalance being left, so on and so forth? Yeah. And then understanding your entry criteria. Is it as simple as just putting a limit on the POI you selected? Or is it waiting for that extra bit of confirmation using a lower time frame? Yeah, so these things you want to know before price gets into your POI. Yeah, so I hope you guys took some value from that. And if you've got any further questions, you know where to find me. And yeah, until next time, trade safe.